Welcome to the Veterans Corner, and thank you for inviting us into your home today. I'm Greg Ganier, a veteran advocate. The Veterans Corner primary mission is to help veterans with employment, and the secondary mission is in meeting their needs by bringing employers, nonprofit agencies, and veterans together. We do this by interviewing employers, nonprofit agencies here on the Veterans Corner. So if you are a veteran or know of a veteran that needs assistance, give me a call at 315-3259. If you are an employer or a nonprofit organization who wish to participate on the show, just give me a call at 315-3259 as well. This is a free service. Let's make a difference this year for our veteran heroes. For our guest today, we have Mr. Paresh Patel. He is the owner of the Discovery Inn on Kali Saloon Road, and he's here today to share with us information about Discovery Inn and about what he does here. And of course, everybody knows who Discovery Inn is, but still, we'd like to share the information with the community as well. So, Mr. Patel, it's nice to have you on board.
Same here.
Okay. So, just what is it you do now that you own the Discovery Inn franchise here?
Well, what we have been doing is we have been working with lots of community folks also, and with the regular hotel day-to-day businesses.
Okay.
But what we do is like we work hand in hand with communities like LRS, communities like we have who wants to have outside help from what the norms are.
Okay.
Like paying the bills or whatnot, or pay at the desk. Outside that norms, we also work with some communities who we can go hand in hand and say, okay, how can we be helpful in the community and get our names out?
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that you guys were involved with Louisiana Rehabilitation Services.
Right.
How is that working out?
Fantastic. It's a fantastic program also, and we love to see how people, work hard to get. Some of the people, they take it for granted. Okay, it's a job and whatnot. But some people who really want to show that they can do the same job somebody else can do,
right,
even with their limitation.
Right.
No matter how they are limited to. But there are several limitations in us. But they just show they work so hard. And,
yes.
We just appreciate that.
Well,
it's hard to get that.
Yeah, because in talking with you, you do reach out to veterans, because you find that working with veterans, I'm not discouraging non-veterans. I'm just saying that with veterans, most employers would like to hire veterans to help them out, and a lot of it is because of discipline, and they already have like a ethics. Not saying that the non-veterans don't have it, but just that on this show, I like to give first preference. Okay.
No, correct. I agree with that one, and also in past we did have outside this program we did have a person who was a veteran who came here for his little kid in the town to Women's and Children Hospital. He was sick, so he just came off from Iraq, and he was a young guy, 26-year-old.
Okay.
And he didn't have no help. He didn't know no one in this town. He just happened to came to the airport and picked up the directory, and they said, okay, call Discovery Inn. So he called, we picked him up, he came up here. He was embarrassed because he didn't have any ways to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Jesse, don't worry about it. As soon as we saw him in uniform, we were like, you're there, you're part of us,
yes,
you're protecting us.
Yes,
and there's nothing to be ashamed about it. We can help whatever we can do for you. Just get in the room, get your wife to the hospital, and take care of the baby.
Yeah. How long have you owned this franchise?
We have been here since 2007.
2007,
yes.
Okay. Right after Katrina.
Right after Katrina, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Still messing with the federal government, I understand.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, still messing with FEMA. I think you got FEMA right now involved.
Yes, we do, we do our part in a community, and we try to be a part of community, because sometimes we cannot do it all.
Right.
But we just try to be, see where we can be helpful, where we can be part of the bigger program, which we cannot reach out to on our own. And
right.
That's what we try to do.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, when it comes to, I know you're very active in the community, okay? How many functions do you have here maybe that could offer assistance to nonprofit agencies to come in and work with you?
We work closely with AHOA. It's also an hotel and motel association program.
Hotel,
so what they do is like they come up here, they do their mini job fair also in the hotel industry.
Okay.
They also do the business where the vendors can be helpful to the businesses, so that when the vendors can bring more business in the local area, like insurance companies, things like that. So we work with them. And we also do programs like food banks and stuff when they come in.
Food banks, okay.
Food banks, like, for FEMA, they bring in their, they drop their whole pallets up here. We distribute to different hotels, or the people staying here, things like that. Anything where we can give out our, banquet room space, or our breakfast room, which is also our mini room. That people can use it as a location to do meetings and stuff.
Yeah, well, you're really reaching out to the community and letting them know just how active you are.
We try to, yes.
And well, I'll tell you what, when it comes to other programs that I have, okay, I would like to maybe use some of your facilities if that's possible.
Sure.
Anything is possible. But when you get right down to it, in this last little economy crunch, have you found where your reservation for rooms have come down? Because I know ever since November last year, the oil industry took a nosedive, and of course a lot of service companies went out of business as well. I won't say went out of business, but let's just say people stopped. So, but I think this is coming to our first segment, and I hate to stop you right here, but we'll get right back, okay? Bye-bye. We're back with Parish Patel, and hopefully we'll continue where we left off. If not, we'll go on another subject. Parish, nice to have you on board again, my friend. Well, tell me, would you like to pick up where you left off, or just maybe let the community know about another program that's available to them?
Well, we can let, what I would like to get out is like every day or every week or every month, we are looking for a new face. Not just so that we want to get rid of someone or fire someone or whatnot, but as far as who can become a part of our team. And
okay.
When I say our team, means people who are working with us. That includes our front desk, our maintenance people, our housekeeping. We have these different departments where we always need help. The reason I say we are looking for new face is like, I want to bring in more ideas. I want to bring in more good attitude. Sometimes we don't get everything in one package.
That's right. I mean,
so I like to, always encourage people to bring in good ideas on the table, bring in good attitude. I just had a lady who applied for a housekeeping job about 3 months ago. And then within 2 weeks or so, she said, you know what, this is not something I thought I would be doing, because she was cleaning houses all the time. So she was used to a set environment.
Okay.
Whereas this is something
That's
new.
right. Yeah.
So, but I liked her attitude so much. She brought in a quiet calmness, do the job and forget about everything kind of attitude. And I was like, Miss Linda, you got to stay. There is no way I'm going to let you go.
Right.
You got to stay. I need that attitude that that contagious. Like, bad attitude is also contagious. Good attitude is contagious also. People
Right.
will learn from you. They will bounce off from that one and say, okay, I want to be like her.
Right.
How
right.
come she's, always going and always, trying to do the job the right way? And I kept her, and she just, again, brought it up and said, now I got to go. Because she had to go, took care of her young ones at home, her daughter's kids.
Right,
And so I
right.
said, yeah, that's fine, but please, 2 days a week, sign up here. I'll pay you to be here on the floor. And, just bring in the new attitude, bring in new ideas and stuff. And that worked out perfectly okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's good to know, because I do know that attitude is a lot involved in this type of business, because they see their face, but their face represents you.
Correct. Correct. And it represents our flag, our hotel.
That's right.
And if they don't keep up with that same ideas and same goals, it gets lost somewhere else, and then we don't even know where we start off at. So that's why it's very important. If someone keeps the attitude intact, and then remember what we talked about at the first day. That's why I always say, what we talk about in our interview.
Right.
Please remember that, because I know that as days go by, you're going to get comfortable, and you're going to forget about what we talked about,
Right.
and what you promised, and what you signed up for, and things like that. So it's very hard to, even myself, I keep on reminding every day myself, this is what I have to remember, what I started off 10 years ago, and I have to carry along. You learn, you add new things, but don't forget what your purpose was, what your goal was. And that's why I like to see new faces, like, even from people who are underprivileged, who are not able to readily get the job just by walking into someone's office.
Right.
I like to, because they have the best attitude, I think. Sometimes I say, they're the get-go, go get it. Like Jesse that I talked about, he was like, my kid is my priority, but I'm willing to do anything for that one.
Right.
So, I gave him a driving job, I gave him a maintenance job, and the 3 months he was here, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. And then he was called off, actually. He was a reserve, so he was called off.
That's one reason why he left.
That's the only reason he left, otherwise he would not leave.
Yeah, because I do know that veterans right now are coming out of the military, and they are having difficulty in finding employment. It's not just here, but it's everywhere.
It's all over, yeah.
And those veterans who have been working have become unemployed because of not setback, but also downsizing.
Correct.
And they're looking for a job too. So even though they're competing with the non-veteran, I tell my listeners that understand the Veterans Corner is about veterans, but I do help non-veterans as well. The only thing I like to state is the fact that they have first preference.
Correct.
Outside of that, that's just for employment. Any other program, they're on the same level playing field,
Correct.
And what you're telling me is that you're looking for a good team that would make your business successful, more successful.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
people are going to want to come here, knowing that the attitude of people and everything else would be fantastic for you.
Correct.
But at the same time, though, if it wasn't for the guests coming in, you wouldn't have a franchise.
No.
They wouldn't have a job.
Definitely. Most definitely.
So everybody working hand in hand.
Correct.
Okay. One hand got to wash the other hand, sooner or later.
Correct. Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. I know I'm kind of rambling on here, but it's sometimes I got to do that just to get my point across. But you have a good establishment here, and I wasn't aware. But I'll tell you what, this is going to end the second segment. Boy, this time is going by pretty fast. See you back. See you later. Bye-bye.
America, I love you.
Okay, we are back with Mr. Paresh Patel, and he is the owner of this franchise for Days Inn here on College Saloon Road. And we're going to pick up where we left off, or we may start a new project, a new topic. Nice to have you, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay. So I tell you what, there's not too many times I ask this question. You mentioned to me earlier about working with me. To be honest with you, I never had anybody ask me that before. So therefore, I'm at a loss for words. But you mentioned some things. I'd like to let the community know that you are reaching out to veterans through Veterans Corner as well. So just what is it that you have in mind as far as working with Veterans Corner?
What I was thinking was like we do businesses with lots of offshore companies
Okay.
Who hire people all over the place at different levels. They do house with us. So what we can do is like let these companies know also that we work hand in hand with Veterans Corner, and by doing so, by passing out the flyers or let them know these are the rates that we have it, or these are the room nights that we set aside for the company or for the team. That way they know that they can also either contribute in that one somehow by hiring the personnel, the veterans, or by giving us a means to do more for Veterans Corner.
Right.
So, and then, we can always let the community know. We can always set up the banners out there under our sign that we support the veterans and for our, in our community.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that in reaching out your hand to Veterans Corner.
You're welcome.
I believe the way Veterans Corner is going, I'm not looking, it may turn into a nationwide program. I'm not looking for that. I'm not starting out as that. I'm not even here to even promote myself. It's about the veterans and my comrades. But any assistance that we have from you or other individuals, corporations that work with us, all that would do is just make us better. And that way we can keep the veterans informed as to what is going on here in Acadiana. Now, I also, I'm trying to get on the other television stations here with a program. And in doing so, once I get on all the stations here in the Southwest Louisiana area, I want to go to another area, another region of the state, another one, and another one, until the whole state is with Veterans Corner, looking at Veterans Corner. But you brought up an idea I wasn't even thinking about, but thank you anyway.
You're welcome. I think it's much needed. Like I said in the beginning, that we cannot do everything by ourselves, and I think everybody needs some kind of push, some kind of help, which you're trying to do. You're trying to assist someone who are not able to reach out to the employers or where they need to go or how to apply and all that stuff. Similarly, if we can be part of that kind of thing, it could become like your dream will come true. Definitely, amen. One day this will be your biggest program in the nation.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to seek anything back, but I don't think there is any problem in asking for help, or if the help is on the way.
Right.
Seek them, as long as it's the right way to do it.
Yeah. As long as one is sincere about it.
Correct.
It's like no man is an island. You need help as much as you want to.
Yes.
You just cannot sustain, just by yourself.
Correct.
Of course, on the movie Castaway, he stayed up there for 4 or 5 years,
Right.
but boy, went crazy. But anyway, hopefully that's not going to happen to Veterans Corner. But with people such as yourself working with in the organizations like myself to help veterans, that is very good, and it gives hope to a lot of people out there. And it lets people know what businesses are actually promoting and assisting veterans in some way of meeting their needs, even if it's just through jobs, benefits, or helping their family out. Anything that we can do to make that happen, that's where my mind is.
Right.
And a lot of people ask me, say, why are you doing this? And they think I'm doing this because I want my image be me, and I'm saying, no, that doesn't work. I said, but even though I do have on my website, in fact, the website is veteranscorner.vet, but on the website, I do have a place for donation. But guess what? I'm not asking for donations, okay? Now, if you want to give, I would be very grateful to it.
Right.
But understand, I'm not seeking any donation, but it's there for those who sincerely believe in what Veterans Corner is doing. And it's nice to run across individuals. I've run across a number of employees who are in that situation that want to work with us. And I'm very proud to be associated with you in some way or another. But I've been rambling on again. But anyway, with these jobs that you hire, and trying to fill some of your vacancies, do they go through some type of training, a little 1 or 2 day or 3 day, which I can't think of the name right now, but anyway, 1 or 2 day training courses?
Most definitely. We do train them well, especially if working with the computers is involved or doing some other hands-on work. We do train them on our own time.
Okay.
And we pay them for the training also.
Okay. Well, I tell you, I hate to say this is going to end the third segment and end the show. And thank you, my friend.
Welcome.
We will be back later on. Bye-bye. That's it. Thank you for inviting us into your home today. Please spread the word around about the Veterans Corner Show. I'm Greg Ganier. Call me at 315-3259. Thank you, and God bless America.